What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Truck Series for another season of racing. We are back at the world center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway, getting ready to kick things off here yet again. Boy, am I excited for this one. I hope you all are too, because this is bound to be insanity. If last year, if the last two races were any indication of just how wild, just how crazy things can get, we're in for a treat with this one. Chris Mack won the race in that 97 truck last season. Mack Motorsports bringing back that Papyrus Racing font for the trucks, as that's pretty much all they could get their hands on over the off season for numbers. So that, hey, that 73 truck from last season has been rebranded to the 86. That is the All-Star truck being driven by Papyrus Racing, or by Chris Mack this season, or this race. That ride will be shared among other drivers such as Jeremiah Cook and maybe even Fred Jones might drop down and run a couple of truck races here. Further back, they brought back Joey Clanton. Clanton is now running full-time this year in that Mack Motorsports number 79 truck, bringing over that Zaxby's sponsorship. So that'll be amazing to watch. That is formerly the 36 truck that has been rebranded. And now moving over to the flagship number 97 truck is Val Wolf. Let's see how we do here from Daytona as the pace truck is in and we begin. We're racing at Daytona. And of course, our winner from last year on the pole, Chris Mack, is going to lead us down into 1 and 2 and already being split 3 wide as here comes the number 30 machine of Todd Bodine to the inside with a great push from that 13 truck. That's Johnny Sauter. Sauter in the 13 pushing Bodine out in front. Now has a huge push from the 2 of Kevin Harvick, and he's going to go to the front, or maybe not. Bodine covers the run from the 86 of Mack, gets pushed out ahead by Chris Mack, who's got a great push from the 4 Ryan Newman. The 2 KHI drivers. Oh boy, another one almost got turned, and that was Ron Hornaday Jr. in the 33. Our inaugural Truck Series champion, Jr., with a great save. Todd Bodine out in front still, leading the field as they break into 3 wide now behind our leaders. The 5 of Mike Skinner, new team for Skinner, used to run for Bill Davis, was teammates with the 23 of Johnny Benson. Bill Davis Racing shut down their truck operations and into the outside wall went 1 truck. They keep it straight for now, but that could have been big. Oh, that could have been really bad, man. And we got 1 trying to merge back onto the track. It's Mario Gosselin in the 12. He's able to get back up, but that's going to slow things down big time. Look at the damage on the 4 of Ryan Newman's truck. Newman was the one that got sent up into the outside wall and got squeezed, or got pounded in the left side by another truck. Max Pappas now driving the number 9 truck for Germain Racing. Justin Marks not returning to the trucks this season, looking for opportunities elsewhere in racing, and oh boy, that could have been really bad. They saved it yet again. We made it farther than we did last season, but now we're about going 4 wide up front in the lead pack, so this might not end well. 2 rows of 4 wide. How about 5 wide here at Daytona? Because that's what they're trying to push for. Back down to 4, back down to 3, back up to 4, up in the outside wall with 1 truck, down on the apron with another further back. We're somehow still keeping it straight. 4 wide yet again. These truckers are insane, but insanely talented as well. Big push. Chris Mack in the middle, pushing Eric Almirola. In that 15 truck, Almirola trying to make a hole, trying to make a lane in the middle, gets blocked by Kevin Conway in the 71 machine. And here comes Timothy Peters. Here comes Mario Gosselin. 4 wide for the lead at Daytona. 5 wide. Back down to 4. Back down to 3. Lots of contact. Lots of pushing and shoving. Contact being made in the middle of the pack. They're bouncing off each other at the tri-oval. at the stripe rather. Up in the outside wall is Kevin Conway, and somehow we're still keeping it straight. That's going to check up the entire outside line. They're getting out of shape. They're getting squirrely. Back down to 4, or back up to 4 wide. The 7 doesn't know where to go. He's stuck in no man's land. He's trying to hop back down in line. He finally does. Oh my goodness, what is going on here at Daytona? The trucks definitely showing why they are the best series here in Money Car, and they put on the best racing. 4 wide again here at Daytona, looking at 5 again. Up in the outside wall is Gosselin. Everybody up high just keeps getting shuffled up into the wall in the 4 wide positions. We've completed 5 green flag laps, and it's not going to go any longer because we're finally wrecking them up here at Daytona. Around goes multiple trucks, but in front of the field was that 51 to Kyle Busch getting turned sideways. The 47 of Chris Lawson's involved. Joey Clanton in a 79 truck was around. Damage on the side of Colin Brown. Racing back to the caution flag that really spread out the field, but they're still 3 wide for the lead. Oh my goodness. 3 wide out in front, nose to tail, bumper to bumper, bump drafting at its finest here at Daytona. Off of turn number 4. Who's going to get to the stripe first? Who will lead us to the caution flag? It looks like it's going to be a 25 of Terry Cook on the inside. Oh my goodness, I know I needed that caution. These drivers most definitely needed that caution to catch their breath, because that was some intense racing if I've ever seen it. Man, the runs these trucks get, it's almost impossible not to go 4 wide because everyone gets a run at once, and they have to take it. You can't lift. You just can't. Otherwise, you'll lose all your momentum and possibly all your positions as well. So you can't lift. You have to take that run. And with multiple drivers taking the run at the same time, we're going to get positions like this. Where, who was that? They were 4 wide. Who was that got pushed up the racetrack? I believe Kyle Busch got into the right rear quarter panel of the 9 truck. They get hooked. And then into the wall goes Kyle, and around he goes off of Chris Mack and Timothy Peters. And somehow, most of these trucks actually avoid it pretty much scot-free. I mean, they were right in front of the field. For as bad as that wreck could have been, it was not that bad at all. Wow. You can't tell me the trucks don't put on a show here at Daytona. You just can't. You absolutely cannot lie to me and say the trucks can't put on a show. Because look at what we just saw, and we're about to get more of it here as we come back to the green flag. Terry Cook, Jason White in the 23, leading us back to the green flag. We're racing yet again. Or rather, Eric Almirola in the 15. Harvick on the rear bumper immediately of Terry Cook, pushing him out in front of the field. Cook way up high on the track. Is Harvick going to pull out and make it 3? No, not yet. He's still going to stay right on the rear bumper at that 25, making sure the inside lane can prevail. Now pushing that 25 up high, out of the lane, and in front of Almirola. One truck clipped another onto the apron. They save it. I believe that was the 71 down there. Mike Skinner pushing the 12 out in front. Big run from Skinner and Gosselin. And I'm not sure how they're not hooking on to each other and turning each other there. That was really sketch through 3 and 4. But Gosselin at the stripe, beating and banging. I believe Harvick led that lap. I'm excited for the finish of this race. This is amazing racing. If we can make it another 21 laps without junking 90% of the field, this is going to be a spectacular race. Here we go. It's already spectacular. We're looking at 5 wide, and around goes multiple trucks on the backstretch. Into the outside wall. Spinning on the apron is Harvick. Another truck spinning. And that's David Starr in the 24. Caution's going to come out yet again. And yet again, another wreck that didn't take out half as many trucks as it should have. Not even a quarter of as many trucks as it should have. Racing back to the caution flag. Teammates dooring each other at the stripe. It's going to be Jason White in the 23. Nick Tucker was on his outside. They're going to lead us back to the green flag. But Kevin Harvick gets sent around. That's unfortunate. He was just trying to get some practice in, some more practice in. He raced in the Shining Star Series, trying to get a little more practice in and have a little more fun before the 500. Let's see what happened. Oh, just 4 wide. Oh, it happened below him. 5 wide at Daytona. Yeah, 4 wide barely ever works. Let's try 5. And obviously that went about as well as you could expect. Harvick gets clipped down into the right rear quarter panel of somebody. I think that's Almirola that pounded the outside wall. Notice that's top of line. That went about as well as it could have. I mean, another wreck breaks out right in the middle of the field and only takes out about 4 or 5, or only collects, and it doesn't take anybody out, only collects about 4 or 5 trucks. We've still got all 42 trucks in this race, folks. This is going to be something to watch. It's a 24 of David Starr trying to check up, just catches that 2 truck, and that'll likely take Starr out of this race. Actually, that was more significant contact than I remember, or than I realized. But David Starr, teammates to Terry Cook in that 24 truck, keeps it rolling. Doesn't actually look that bad. The two truck of Harvick has some significant front end damage, but these guys might be all right, especially with the draft. The runs these trucks get might allow those trucks to stay in the lead pack. All 42 trucks right in the thick of it at the start. Only 1 truck was kind of straggling at the tail end. I'm not sure if that was by choice or just him not being able to keep up. Still got all 42 trucks on the track. Oh man, this is gonna be wild, folks. Pace truck is in yet again. Teammates leading us back to the green. Nick Tucker on the outside, Jason White on the inside. Green flag back in the air. And immediately Mario Gosselin taking them 3 wide on the restart. Big push from Mike Skinner as Skinner gets to his rear bumper. And now 3 tandems, 3 lanes out in front. Nose to tail, bumper to bumper, pushing, shoving on the restart. Everybody wants a chance to go to the front. Here comes Skinner. Here comes the 71. That bottom lane still has the most trucks on it. Not for long, though. Everybody just jumped up high, and they're going to have to move back down to the middle in the corner. Or will they? They might just stay up high. Man, this is some of the best AI racing you'll ever see. Boy, oh boy. 4 wide already. Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me. This is insanity here at Daytona. This is a nail biter. They're still 4 wide down the back straightaway. Austin Dillon is really close to being hooked in that 3 truck. Or is that 31? Yeah, that's the 3. Man, oh man. With the 81, Taylor Mawson did get there. Now Mawson to the rear bumper of the 44, trying to push. Is that Lance Hooper in the 44 truck? Yes, it is. Trying to push Hooper out in front, but instead into the outside wall goes to 81. They're wrecking big time here at Daytona. It finally happened. The big one. Oh, and they're still piling in. Look out. Look out. Joey Clanton's done for the night with that damage. No front end on 1 truck up there, and we're still wrecking. More piling in. Who is that? Ryan Sieg in a 39. Heavy damage to Mawson. Cautions out for the 3rd time tonight, just before the halfway point in this race. The big one finally strikes. And man, was it big. That took out about 10 of them at least. Maybe more. Looks like Mawson just came up across the nose of the 71 to Conway, and to the outside wall they went. Drivers immediately diving down on the apron to avoid. Chris Mack got a piece of it, but he's going to keep it straight somehow and saves it. but then gets hit again, still keeps it straight, but a bunch of them on the outside don't keep it straight. So we watch Butch Miller in the 08 machine. In the middle of all that, the 48 of Hermie Sadler, yeah, in that 48 truck, all up into the outside wall, a huge collection of trucks. Mario Gosselin got out of that pretty lucky, if you ask me. He was already on the brakes. He saw it coming. The 16 of Brian Scott, not so lucky. Along with Mike Skinner. Ron Hornaday got a piece. And then drivers down low trying to get through, bumping into each other, and they're able to make it through. Matt Crafton back there, who's going to race the Daytona 500. He gets caught up in it. And he's going to come down right into the path of Joey Clanton. As the 81 was sliding down right against that 88 car. So Clanton gets into the back of Crafton. That's what takes Clanton out of this race. And then he slides down even more. Gets grazed by... Oh, that's what ripped the front end of Norm Benning's truck off. Chris Lawson already had no front end on his truck. And then Ryan Sieg, for whatever reason, just aimed right at him. I'm not sure if he was coming through the smoke and couldn't see or what. I know it looks light up here, but it's a whole different story down on that racetrack. Probably couldn't see him sitting right there at the bottom of the track, and yeah, might have gotten some oil. Not sure if there was some fluids laid down either. That might have been the case as well, but he might have just lost it and slid right into him. Anyway, Johnny Benson, for his new team, Johnny Benson Jr. now in the truck, but it's still Johnny Benson, same dude. But Johnny Benson, your new leader, through all the chaos, a little bit of separation further back in the field, but they're going to pack him back up and send him back off. This one truck's on the apron having issues coming to the restart. Never mind that. Benson and Chase Austin, the rookie, will lead us back to the green flag. Chase gets a great launch on a restart. Austin trying to get a push from Hooper, but those two bigger names on the bottom, James Busher and Johnny Benson in the better trucks, they're going to push right past those two unsponsored machines. 4 wide already behind these guys. Man, oh man, these guys have a death wish with the way they're racing. Absolute daredevils here. On the inside, James Busher looking for the lead, not quite at the stripe. Someone edges him out, and someone's exiting pit road. It's Hermie Sadler right in front of the pack. Oh boy, merging onto the track. Look out! Oh man, that's gonna check up the field big time and create some separation. And honestly, we might have needed that. Sadler. That is a legal merge at Daytona. But man, that was scary. The AI don't know any better. They don't know to just stay on the apron. They're programmed to run one line, and unfortunately that's the line that they're programmed to run here at this version of Daytona. So we head through their trioval yet again. Chase Austin led that lap on the high side as the outside lane got formed back up for a little bit, but now 3 wide in the field for the lead. Mikey Kyle on the inside. There's 3 trucks off the pace. We might end up catching them by the end. We're going 195 down the back straightaway in these trucks. 195 plus. Look at the run from James Busher. He's going 200 down in the turn 3. 200 mile an hour trucks, y'all. That's what we've got going on here at Daytona. Let's go on board with Austin Dillon. Whew. I had to take a second to just breathe, y'all. Y'all have no idea what this race is doing to me. So exciting here from Daytona. The 60 all over the rear bumper to 3 of Austin Dillon. This is making me have some ideas for the Clash and the other non-points paying Daytona races. Man, give them this kind of package. Maybe not for the 500, but for the qualifying races, heck yeah. Why not give them this kind of package so they can race and all have an equal shot to get in? Man, this is really interesting stuff. Heck, I wish I could make the 500 have this package, but then I'd have to have the entire season run CTS physics, and that's not exactly the best idea. So, yeah. Actually, it might be. A lot of tracks benefit from CTS. I don't know. We'll see. Down the front stretch, Chase Austin back to the inside. Look who snuck her way up to the 3rd place is Val Wolf in the 97. The same truck that won here last season is back up to the front of the field here today. Or tonight, rather. We're inside 10 to go, so as you could expect, the racing obviously picking up big time here as we're 4 wide throughout the field, catching the lead pack as the pack starts to form back up. Further back, oh, one down on the apron, it's Rick Crawford. Can he save it? He's going to just hang on to it and merge back up into the track safely. Further back, Ron Hornaday Jr. and Frank Daney Jr. side by side. Terry Cook, Eric Amarola behind them, and Brian Scott. So this smaller pack back here looking at trying to catch the field as well. Can they possibly get up there and make something happen? Or do they need a caution to have a chance? They very well could get that caution, but they're at this stage in the race, they can't just sit around waiting. They're going to have to get up on it and go. So they're going to push hard and try to catch the field. But it's going to be hard to, with significantly less trucks in that draft. Oh boy, we got lappers coming up, y'all. We got lappers in the middle of 1 and 2. That might shake things up big time. We've seen in the past race control throw cautions at these plate tracks to prevent situations like this. Will they do it here? 3 wide for the lead. Down the back straightaway is the 8 truck, not being driven by McCumbee, but rather Todd Cleaver, who won races for Roush last season in the Grand National Series. Cleaver back up to the, tried to get up to the lead, and now the caution is out. Racing to the caution flag here is going to be Chris Mack, leading to the stripe and immediately diving to the apron as he was not lifting until he got that caution flag. And man, Crafton, Brown, and White are so lucky that the field caught them when they did. Otherwise, we would have had an absolute melee here from Daytona. And we're all over each other under the yellow. We're still 4 wide, trying to sort things out and let the pace car by. Man, can't tell me this racing hasn't been exciting and crazy. You can't tell me this finish won't be the same way. Here we go. Getting ready to wrap it up here from Daytona. It'll be 4 laps to go here on the restart. Never mind, caution, the lights back on the pace car. The field was too spread out. They were able to bunch them back up. Some drivers went down pit road. We saw it come down to fuel mileage last season. Chris Mack in a position to go back-to-back here from Daytona. He's leading yet again in that number 86 truck this season, not the 97. Can he do it here from Daytona? It's Mack, Sauter, Crawford, Tucker, Newman, and who is that? It's the 07 of Chad McCumbee rounding out your top 6. But let's go a little further back behind that as well. TJ Bell, Dylan Oliver in the 02. I mean, don't count anyone out. All these guys have a chance to win it here. 4 laps, 3 laps now of pure insanity. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Crawford doesn't get going, and neither does Mac. That's going to help the outside lane big time as Sauter gets a great restart. And he's got a good push from Nick Tucker as well. Tucker right on the rear bumper at that 13 truck. Now, the 14 of Crawford gets a push, but he's not going to go with Mac. Rather, he's going to make it 3 wide on the inside. He's going to try and go for the lead himself. The Ford's going at it down the backstretch. Ryan Newman trying his hardest to push that 14 out in front to have a shot to go out there and get to the lead himself. Big push from the 11 rather of TJ Bell, all over each other, 4 wide behind our leaders. Dylan Oliver in an underfunded truck, that 02 truck, trying his shot at winning this race. Brand new race team truck stopping on the pit road. Brand new team. No lack of funding, big lack of funding. What a way it would be for them to get their names out there, to put themselves on the map with a win at Daytona. Chris Mack being shuffled up 4 wide on the top of 4 back there. Rick Crawford now leading at Daytona. Boy, oh boy. That's something we do not want to see, if I'm being honest with you. Here comes Cleaver with another run on the inside. Todd Cleaver, huge push from Mikey Kyle off of turn number 4. We're going to see the white flag in the air this time by 1 lap to go from Daytona. Pure insanity here. Cleaver behind Crawford. Kyle on the inside. Big push from the 1. 3 wide yet again behind our leader. Contact being made, looking at 4 wide, shuffling around, 5 wide, contact, Wolf getting turned sideways, she's gonna hang on, they're wrecking behind her as 1 truck gets spun on the inside. Still green, down the back straightaway. I believe that's no, it's not the 11, I'm not sure who that is spinning. The 14 is running out of gas. Here comes Mikey Kyle. Mikey Kyle out in front for Brad Keselowski's brand new truck team. Or rather, K Automotive, Brian Keselowski's truck team. He's going to see the checker flag. Mikey Kyle has won at Daytona. James Busher, P2. Chad McCumbee is going to come home 3rd. Mario Goslin, 4th. And who's going to round out the top 5? Chase Austin. Man, what a top 5. I cannot believe we made it back to the finish cleanly. Trucks running out of gas on the final lap, just like we saw last season, as they were all pushing it on fuel. Val Wolf made it to pit road, and she's going to have just enough to bring it across the line. Man, oh man. Let's look at that last lap one more time, y'all. We're going to have to break. We got a lot to break down. Oh, excuse me, a lot to break down here from the final lap at Daytona. Okay, so first off, what happened back here? I believe the 97 was running out of gas. Oh, no, she was just in a bad position there. 4 wide, almost looks like they were going 5 wide back here. Yeah, they were. Nobody lifting on the final lap. She gets pushed down across the nose of Lance Hooper, saves it. Hooper slides up, sends the 17 of Peters for a slide down the back straightaway. He slides along with the 16 of Brian Scott. They're wrecking back there. Trucks start running out of gas down the backstretch. Brad Sweet in the 90. Just hanging on to the pack, but I think he's running out of gas. And then they start running out of fuel. The 97 starts sputtering. The 14 of Crawford running out. He was in the lead and unfortunately runs out of gas. We're gonna see about possibly either increasing or decreasing the fuel tanks of these trucks, and then Crawford up in the outside wall post race. Increasing or decreasing the fuel tanks of these trucks. We might decrease the fuel tanks so they can have pit stops and have to pit for fuel, and that can kind of break the pack up a little bit. Less need for, competition cautions for the field getting bunched up and catching lap trucks. And less chances for wrecks in general if they're spreading out and pitting, but also more chances for wrecks because they'll have to learn how to merge on the pit road. But also, might increase it so they just don't even have to worry about pitting and they can just run full saw from start to finish like the other divisions can. But that was an amazing race. That was complete insanity. Mikey Kyle with the upset of the year, of the century maybe, here from Daytona. I don't think anyone had Kyle stated to win this race. He's out of gas. Mikey Kyle's out of gas. He was running out of gas coming back to pit road, so he might not even make it to his stall to celebrate with his team. He's definitely not gonna make it for a burnout. But Mikey Kyle is your winner from Daytona in that 29 truck for K Automotive. That is going to do it. Wow, I can't believe we just witnessed another fantastic race here from Daytona with the trucks. That's going to do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. I hope to see y'all next time. And until then, peace.